begins now. Touchback.
So a good kickoff to start the game, and the Mustang offense will start at their own 25-yard line. 20-yard line, excuse me. This Mustang offense has grown exponentially since week 1 against Papillion La Vista. Quarterback Evan Hansen has really taken this running game to a new level. We've seen some incredible plays out of him, being able to scramble in the pocket, as well as break free for long quarterback runs.
Hansen's going to start the game under center. He's going to hand it off inside.
It's number 30, C.T. Thielen at running back this game. Thielen, part of a really good sophomore squad the Mustangs have. They got Thielen, Pierce Mooberry, Caden Vermas, all incredible starters for the Mustangs. Thielen made his debut on varsity last week against Lincoln Southeast. Didn't see much out of him, but he did have a trick play touchdown pass. As that play is blown up in the backfield, looks like Thielen is dropped for a loss of about 2. Correction, 1, so it'll be 3rd and 7. And the Mustangs will look to get out of here and prevent a 3 and out on their first drive.
Over the course of the season, Millard North struggling in the first quarter with putting points on the board, getting those first drives, setting the tone. So this play, an important one to set the tone of the game.
It'll be a quarterback keeper. He'll pitch it off. Won't get the yardage needed. That's number 15, Leo White, on the carry there. Haven't seen much of him since week 1. So it will be a punt. The Mustangs will go 3 and out on their first possession. Punter is number 13, Dre Thomas. A change from the Henry Rayberg we normally see. But it's looks like there's going to be a flag on the play and a false start on Millard West. So Millard North will get a new set of downs, excuse me. So Mustangs get a lucky break in their offense, gets to come back on the field. So as we start here, just want to break down our Millard North keys to the game. Brought to you by Union Pizzeria. As Mustangs take a first down here, it's a pitch to Vermas on the outside, who will find a lane and run a man over for about 8 yards. Mustangs key to the game on offense. You want to establish the run game and make the Millard West defense respect you there. The Mustangs have a very successful passing attack led by Pierce Mooberry and Luke Davis, but you want to establish the run, as that's the Mustangs' bread and butter. That's what they want to do. They want to control the clock and drive down the field.
Definitely. The passing game feeds off the running game. If they can establish the run game early, the pass game is going to open up all game.
That's right. Another key to the game is just a handoff to Thielen up the middle, who will get stuffed for no gain. They'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Second key to the game is get your Millard North playmakers in space. The Mustangs have a lot of fast weapons they can utilize on the outside. Caden Vermas, Leo White, Pierce Mooberry, Evan Hansen himself. So they got to get these assets into space where they can make plays and be the playmakers you know they can be and score the game.
3rd down and 2. Motion. Hansen's going to shed 1. Fight for yardage. It's going to be close.
Looks like the motion man ran into Thielen in the backfield there. Hansen was able to scramble and kind of make up for a few. And the Mustangs will get the first. They will not get the first down. So it'll be 4th and 1, and the offense will stay out on the field. It's a crucial down here. The Mustangs need to keep the drive going. It looks like, on second thought, coaches will bring out their punting. Our third key to the game from this Mustang offense is to take advantage of their opportunities. The Mustangs have long drives where they drive down the field, take up tons of time off the clock, and then end up not scoring any points. So the Mustangs need to take advantage of those drives and score every time they're in the red zone.
Nice return. He breaks 1. He's got one to beat. It's Thomas, trips him up.
There's a flag down on the field. It's back at where that catch was. Looks like it might be a block in the back, but we'll see.
Penalties so far have gone the Mustangs' way.
It'll be holding, block in the back, on the Millard West receiving team. So Millard North will pin them back at their own 25-yard line. So the Wildcats will start with about the same field position that the Mustangs had, and this Mustang defense will come out onto the field. And now our Mustang defensive keys to the game. Defensive key number 1 is contain, contain, contain. Speed beats you outside, and these Mustangs have a great linebacker and D-line core. So they got to make sure they contain and get all runners back inside the tackles where they have help and they can finish their tackles and stop for either a short gain or a loss and get this defense off the field. Another defensive key to the game is to force turnovers. We've seen this Mustang defense be very timely with their turnovers. We've seen a lot of Caden Vermoss punch-outs, some well-timed interceptions that have really kept the Mustangs in this game. The big one you think about is against the West Side here at Millard South Buell Stadium. Millard North has had a lot of key turnovers that kept them in that game and kept them close with one of the best teams in the state. So for this Mustangs defense, you really want to force the turnovers and get your offense in a groove and get them going. Our final defensive key to the game is to blow up the backfield. The Wildcats have a strong passing attack, and you don't want to give their quarterback time to dissect your defense and hit his man. So blow him up in the backfield, make him uncomfortable in the pocket, and stop the pass. And she's a run. That was number 2, Charlie Quaintance, who came up and made the stop.
Brings up a 2nd and 9. Just under 8 minutes to play in the quarter.
That ball was carried by number 24, Bobby Joseph, for the Wildcats.
At quarterback for the Wildcats, it is Will Anderson. He's going to start in the shotgun.
He'll take it. It'll be a pass. Mustangs get pressure on him, but Anderson throws, and it's wildly overthrown. It was intended for number 28, Jackson Williams. Williams is definitely Anderson's first target on every pass play. Jackson Williams is number 9 in Class A in receiving yards per game with 85. So he's a really strong weapon for this Wildcats team. Last week against South Sioux City, Anderson was 5 for 5 with 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. So we know Millard West is powerful on the offense. Here's Anderson alone in the backfield. Great pressure by the Mustangs. Anderson will get it off.
Great one-on-one tackle by number 24.
Pierce Mooberry. Anderson got it off to Corey Kozad, the tight end, but Mooberry was there to stop him before he got a big gain.
That will bring the punt team on for the Wildcats.
So Millard North will force a 3-and-out on their first defensive possession. And this is what the Mustangs want. They don't want the Wildcat offense to get in a groove and get their offense clicking on all cylinders. And especially with the type of offense Millard North runs, you really want to get into a habit. As the punt's returned by number 8, Caden Vermoss, who breaks a few tackles.
He's going to run out of steam around the 30-yard line. Great return.
Fantastic return there by number 8, Caden Vermoss. Ball was bouncing towards him, and he just let it bounce, picked it up, and ran with it. Great blocks there by the Mustangs return team. So it'll be all the way back at where the Wildcats kicked it from, and the Mustangs will start with fantastic field position at the Wildcats' 30-yard line. And this is what we're talking about. This is one of those opportunities the Mustang offense has got to take advantage of and get in the end zone.
I mean, this is a very, very big game in the district, inter-district rivals here. winner will take a great advantage when it comes to making that state tournament. Both teams need a win here.
Here's a pitch. That's Vermas again. He'll run through traffic and get about 5. And you talk inter-district rivalry, yes, but also Millard rivalry. Millard North right now 1-0 against Millard schools, beating Millard South 2 or 3 weeks ago. If they beat Millard West here, they will be the undeniable Millard champions. And that's always something the Millard schools want to play for. So this game is big in all aspects. As the Mustangs have a trip set to the left. Hanson under center. Motion, he bobbles the snap.
Looks like a lineman was able to snatch it up for the Mustangs. Fumbling been a little bit of an issue for the Mustangs offense.
It will say Millard North ball, thankfully. But yeah, you're right. We saw in that game against Westside, Millard North was driving to win the game. All they needed was a touchdown, and just a miscommunication between Evan Hansen and his fullback, Colin Bogatz, resulted in a fumble that kind of ended that game for the Mustangs. So ball security, another big issue for this Mustangs offense. It's something that they've done well with, but also could work on. So here's again that same trip set. Mustangs come out fast, his motion. Handoff to Thielen up the middle, who will run a man over. So Thielen will get the first down, and the Mustangs will move the change.
A win here for either team will send them to 500, while a loss will probably end any hopes they have for playoffs this year.
Another pitch to Vermas, who goes flying through the hole, breaks a tackle, and will get down to about the 10-yard line. So another great play there by Vermas. So now it'll be 1st and goal from the Wildcats' 7-yard line. Mustangs got to punch it in here. Wide receiver left, 3 fullbacks in the game. Handoff to Vermas, he's got blockers up the middle, but he'll run into a pile and go down for a gain of about 2. So now it's 2nd and 5 from the Wildcats' 5-yard line. Already in this first drive, we've seen 2 formations out of the Mustangs we haven't seen yet this year. One with the trips wide receivers left, with 2 wide receivers and 1 slot back, and then another with 2 fullbacks and a running back in the game. Mustangs kind of changing up their offense a little bit based on the skill set they have.
You got to be thinking all 7 points here. Nothing less will do for the Mustangs. 2nd and goal. Hanson is a flag down.
It'll be a delay of game on the Mustangs. So they'll go back 5 yards and make it 2nd and about 10. Now that's a penalty you just can't have. 2nd and 5 is manageable, but 2nd and 10 makes it hard. Mustangs need a big gain here as they'll change personnel. Thielen in the backfield. Mustangs back to that 2-slot, 2 wide receiver fullback formation they love.
Davis out left. Thomas out
right. It'll be a pitch to Vermas, who will run into his own man and get a gain of about 5. So they'll get that penalty yardage back, but now it's 3rd and 5. You got to be thinking 4-down territory here, right?
I think so. Their kicker, Alexander McCod, hasn't quite hit the upright so far. His only attempt at a field goal has been blocked. 9 of 10 on extra points. But you got to be thinking, set the tone here against a rival. Best way to do it. Hanson will keep it himself,
and he'll get dragged down from behind.
Great solo tackle.
That was number 8, Creighton Schramm for the Wildcats, the senior. So Misha will trot on to attempt the field goal. And you said 1 field goal attempt blocked, but 9 for 10 on extra points. And where the Mustangs are right now is essentially extra point range. So Misha should be able to put this one through the uprights and get the Mustangs on the board.
Just over 2:40 left in the first quarter.
Snap is good, holds good. It's up, and Michaud is good. So the Mustangs strike first after a great punt return by Caden Vermas. Stalled a little bit in the red zone, but able to put 3 points on the board. So your Millard North Mustangs lead 3-0 with 2:30 left in the first quarter. And you know, we talked records, both these teams at 2-3, but both these teams have also played extremely hard schedules. Millard North with losses to number 1 Westside and Creighton Prep, along with a loss to Lincoln Southwest, who has jumped into the standings at number 10. Millard West with losses to Millard South, 38-14. Millard South had their quarterback Cameron Colesall during that game. When the Mustangs played him, Colesall was in Japan competing with Team USA. Millard West also lost to Omaha North and Creighton Prep as well. So both these Millard schools have played incredibly tough schedules and have fared pretty well through it.
When Millard West does win, they don't give up points, both their wins being shutouts. Maybe a good sign for the Mustangs. They've already put points on the board.
That's right. Millard West beat South Sioux City 63-0 last week. So a big win for the Wildcats. The Mustangs will play South Sioux City to end their regular season later on this year. South Sioux City also inter-district, so that'll be a big one. So the Mustangs will kick off here and give it back to that Mustangs offense. We saw Millard North's defense be extremely effective in that 3-and-out, the only offensive drive Millard West has had so far. So we'll see if they can replicate that success on this defensive drive.
Kickoff for the Mustangs is Michaud. They send it right down the middle. It's a short kick. Going to be returned by Millard West. Knocked down just past the 30-yard line.
So Mustangs a little bit better on the kick defense that time, as Millard West will start from their own 35-yard line. So decent field position for the Wildcats, and their offense will come back onto the field. Quarterback Will Anderson in the shotgun. Trips right. Motion across. Anderson will hand it off to the jet sweep, as he'll break outside of the Mustangs contain and finally get wrapped up at about the 47-yard line.
I mean, excellent use of his blocker there. Just wrapped up the Mustangs around the blocker and slipped right by him.
That's right. Both Michael Begley and Pierce Mooberry were on the outside to try to contain him, but he was able to use his blocker to his advantage, as you said, and get by him. So it'll be a first down.
So extra yardage that the Mustangs are going to have to prevent if they want to
Anderson
win this
alone in the
game.
backfield. Motion.
High snap.
Ooh, great hit by the
Swallowed
Mustangs. That was number 7, Brody Peterson, on the carry.
Swallowed up by Mooberry in the middle.
So Mustangs give it up for a short gain of about 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8.
Millard West not going under center. Stark difference from Millard North. He's going to take it.
Anderson, a handoff right up the middle.
Ooh.
He'll break a few tackles, but finally get brought down at the Mustangs' 45-yard line.
A cutback where if he doesn't make that cutback, I think he has a lot of open space to his left. Maybe a break caught by the Mustangs.
That was number 7, Brody Peterson, on the carry again. Peterson listed as the backup quarterback, but obviously can play multi-roles for this West Side team, Millard West team. As they'll do a weird motion across the field, number 14, Seth Martin.
More motions for Millard West. Anderson still not happy on motion another. He'll take the snap.
There'll be a handoff to Peterson.
Flag is down.
Great defensive play there by number 51, Michael Begley. Getting in and stopping Peterson for no gain, but a flag is on the play. The officials will work out what that call was. We saw a lot of weird motion before the snap on that play. We saw Seth Martin go all the way from the bottom of the field all the way to the opposite side. We saw some tight end shift.
Yeah, Anderson not too happy with what he saw. Motions are on the offense, but in the end still results in a little gain for the Wildcats. Barring penalty would be a 4th down.
So it looks like the flag will be picked up. Excuse me, illegal motion on the Wildcats. So the penalty is declined by the Mustangs, and it'll bring up 4th and 4. So it was a loss of 1 on that tackle in the backfield by Michael Begley. And the Wildcats will stay on the field and go for it.
Can't knock the decision.
Anderson's alone in the backfield. Got 2 wide receivers both sides. Motion with Peterson across. And this time flags fly all over as it'll be a false start on the Wildcats. So they'll go back 5 yards and bring up 4th and 9.
All penalties going Mustangs' way so far. They've given them extra downs on the offense and taken away opportunities on the defense. Overall, great play through this first quarter. It's ticking down, just 10 seconds left. They bobble the snap. What's he going to do? He's going to pick it up and punt it. It's a short punt. It'll go out of bounds.
It'll barely get back to the Wildcats' first down marker. So the Mustangs will start with incredible field position.
Number 7, Hogan Marshall, nearly hitting the punter. Could have ended poorly for the Mustangs, but miscue from the Wildcats sets up Mustangs at their own 40.
And this is another one of those keys to the game we were talking about, is taking advantage of their opportunities. We saw them get in the red zone last drive and only get 3 out of it. Now they're starting with incredible field position, and let's see if they can get more.
I mean, you got to say great coverage by the Mustangs. Wildcats messed up the punt, but oftentimes you see teams recover and push that yardage for a first down. So great coverage to get them off the field. Millard North comes into this game 12th in the power rankings.
That's right. They were number 8 last week after that incredible game against Westside here at Buell, but after a loss away against Lincoln Southeast, they dropped a few spots.
And the Millard West Wildcats are ranked 19th in the power rankings, with losing close contested games.
That's right. They lost to Omaha North 13-12. So that was a really close game. Millard West has had quite a few that could go both ways, but haven't been able to pull it out.
Both teams trying to gain Millard bragging rights.
We talk of this young Millard North core, and when we say that, we mean starting quarterback Evan Hansen Jr., starting wide receiver Pierce Mooberry, sophomore. Starting running back Colin Bogas for most of the season, now C.T. Thielen, both sophomores. So this Mustangs team has a lot of young talent that they'll be able to utilize in the future as they come out again in that 2 fullback set. There'll be a handoff to Vermas, and he'll break tackles
and
get her out of the outside.
Does he have the speed?
He does. Vermas will get in for a Mustangs big play touchdown.
Wow.
Great blocking there by the Mustangs. And Vermas was able to make a cut and get in for the 6 points.
Now that's something. Running the ball with Vermas has worked so well already this game.
That hasn't something we've seen in the last few games.
Yep.
But putting him on offense has been incredible.
Great two-way player. He's made plays on defense, and now he's coming on scoring touchdowns for the offense. Michaud on for the extra point to make it 10-0. Straight through the uprights.
So Michaud now 10 for 11 on PATs, and he's perfect in this game on his kicks. So the Mustangs, with a one-play scoring drive, go up 10-0 on crosstown rivals Millard West Wildcats. And perfect timing just when we were talking about young talent. Kane Vermas, also a part of that sophomore class. So incredible work by the Mustangs, putting up another score and really taking advantage of that opportunity they were given by the defensive stand.
Currently, Millard West sits atop the district with the one in-conference win. Millard North sits fourth with one conference loss.
That loss came against Lincoln Southeast last week, Thursday night. Millard West only win in the district against South Sioux City.
Their 63-0 rout. Michaud on to kick it away for the Mustangs.
So far, the Mustangs have really established their presence. Their presence is known in this game. Offense has been nigh unstoppable, and their defense has really locked up Millard West. There's a big kickoff by Michaud. Will go about to the 10. Wildcats will try to run it out, but be taken down at about the 30-yard line. So the Mustangs defense will come back out on the field. That kick return is by number 4 for the Wildcats, Brady Brown. Brown, the senior.
On trots the Millard West offense. Down 10-0 in the early stages of this game.
So as we were saying, we were seeing a lot of Vermas on offense now. Part of that could have been triggered by Charlie Quaintance back for the Mustangs, as he's now the starting safety, and we've already seen him make a bunch of big plays for the Mustangs defense this game. So that could have kind of been a catalyst that put Vermas on the offense, where he's really found his stride for Millard North.
Anderson going to start in the shotgun. He's going to throw.
That'll be Williams.
He's going to outrun everybody. Blazing speed from Jackson Williams. Just like that, Wildcats respond with a one-play touchdown of their own and right back into this game.
That was just a quick slant route right across the middle. Mustangs defender couldn't get in front of him, didn't want to get the PI called. So Williams just used his speed, got ahead of him, and was off to the races. So good throw, good catch there by Williams and Anderson. So Millard West will be on to attempt the extra point.
11 minutes left in the half.
It'll be no good.
Shanks it left.
So the Mustangs will lead 10-6 with 11 minutes left in the first half. So Mustangs defense unable to hold the Wildcats offense there. And that's the first passing we've really seen Millard West utilize, and it has been really effective for them. Well, you know, we've seen a couple throws out to the sides, kind of into the flats, kind of screen passes. That's the first one across the middle. And Williams able to break through the Mustangs secondary.
Disappointing. but resilient ever is this Mustang offense.
That's right. You can't be too disappointed. Mustangs have scored first and have set the tempo in this game. Are up 10-6. They just gave up one big play.
Yep, controlled the whole first quarter. Got that one-play touchdown with Moss running the ball. Now they just get another chance on offense to showcase for Moss.
So Wildcats will kick. Back deep to receive for the Mustangs. Number 3, Des DeHaans. We've seen him at that kick returner spot all season. We've also seen him on defense. He had the near interception against Westside 2 weeks ago that would have helped seal the game. And he'll let it go and the ball will bounce into the end zone, so the Mustangs will start at their own 20-yard line. I want to take 1 second to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors. Big thank you to Union Pizzeria for supporting Millard North activities and athletics. Please be sure to visit Union Pizzeria at 3636 North 156th Street next time you are out in Mustang country. Thank you a lot for your continued support of Millard North. And with that, your Mustangs lead 10-6 with 11 minutes left in this first half. We will be right back.
Fans find a varsity cheerleader before halftime and purchase a split the pot raffle ticket. Announcement of the winner will take place at the end of halftime.
On trot, both teams to resume this second quarter. 11 minutes left in the first half. Hansen gonna try and lead the Mustangs back to a 2-score lead. He is gonna flip it out to the right. Near first down, flag is down on the play.
Flag on the play.
Gonna move the Mustangs back. First and 15.
Illegal block.
Illegal block.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. First and 15.
So that penalty will eliminate the Mustangs' big play there. So now it'll be first and 15 with that penalty 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So the Mustangs will try to get that back. They're back in their favorite formation with those 2 slots and a fullback in the backfield.
They got one-on-one coverage on the bottom of the field.
There'll be a handoff up the middle. That's C.T. Thielen.
And they grab that yardage right back.
On the carry.
So a successful play.
Second and 9 now.
I deem it so.
Thielen with 6 yards.
On comes Newberry.
So Newberry's single coverage out to the bottom of your screen. Hansen will draw back to throw. And the Wildcats will be all over him as he'll be taken down in the backfield incredibly quickly. That's number 12, Reed Hazen.
Not a
with the sack.
Blocker in sight. Hansen goes down.
It looked like that was the slot's man, but the slot went into motion, so he just kind of missed him, and number 12 went unblocked right into Hansen. Looks like he was looking for Pierce Newberry, who, as we said, had single coverage at the bottom of the screen. Newberry has been really good in that solo coverage all year. You know, he's tall, 6'3", able to go up and get the ball over shorter defenders.
All right.
Been a great play
Third
for
and
the
15.
Mustangs.
They're going to fake the handoff. Hansen's got some running room. Not enough, though. is going to be 4th down and about 9.
Hansen had a huge hole there. Great blocking by the offensive line, but he was just unable to cut it upfield soon enough. Couldn't quite get north and south, so now the punt team will come on.
Definitely a disappointing possession, unable to move the ball.
Yeah, especially after that big play by Millard West. You want to be able to respond, but Mustangs unable to do so. So they'll cut their losses and punt the ball away here. As it's a high one. Fair catch called and caught at the Millard West 47-yard line. So the Wildcats will start at about midfield as the Mustangs will try to get revenge for that last drive.
And this comes with 8:46 left on the clock in the first half, second quarter. 1st and 10 at Millard West. On comes Millard West onto the field. Will Anderson has an opportunity to take the lead for the Wildcats. He's going to start in the shotgun. Motion behind him. He is going to drop back. Quick pass, bobbled a little bit. That's number 84. Dale Hansen, junior tight end. Solid gain there for the Wildcats. Sets up a short, or a 2nd and manageable.
That's the type of pass we've seen most out of this Wildcats offense this game. Just kind of that quick, out to the flats, put it in your playmakers' hands and see if they can make plays.
Motion behind him again. Anderson is going to look to throw again. It's in the dirt, right through his hands. That's number 28.
Williams. So we've seen Jackson Williams, number 28, is really who their offense runs through. Anderson is looking for him every single play. And that one was again the slant across the middle. Mustangs covered it better that time, and Anderson threw it into the dirt.
Yeah, ball was a little low from Anderson. Could be the pressure from the D-line.
And that was one of our defensive keys to the game, is blow up the quarterback. Don't let him sit in the pocket.
More motion.
And make the throws.
He is going to drop back. There's pressure on him. Poor throw. No one in the area. It's 4th down.
That was number 9, Caleb Kahar, who was all over in that play. So a great stand by the Mustang defense. It'll be a 3 and out, and on will come the punt team. So Mustangs make up for that touchdown given up last defensive possession and go 3 and out.
Just mentioned the pressure, and they got some more on him there, forcing a sky-high pass to nobody. Line drive.
Huge kick, fair caught, and it will be.
Nearly bobbles it.
So the Mustangs will start pinned back deep at their own 5-yard line.
Fair caught at the 6-yard line. Immediate timeout.
Both teams getting a game plan from their coaches. We'll see Evan Hansen return to the field. He's got 5 touchdowns and 4 picks on the year with 472 passing yards, but don't forget the 389 he's added on the ground, totaling around 900 yards of total offense just from the quarterback alone. He's been the lifeline of this offense ever since him coming in week 1 against La Vista.
I want to give a quick shout out to Millard West punter Sean Murphy. Murphy's been one of the best punters of the season this year. He's got 20 punts averaging 36 yards, which is more than the Mustangs punters can say. So Millard West definitely has a weapon that's helped them flip field position and stop opposing offenses from scoring. As the Mustangs offense will come to work now at their own 5-yard line. It'll be a handoff.
No, he's going to keep it. Hansen, if he can. Nah, he swallowed it.
So a good read there by Hansen. His fullback, Thielen, was just blown up in the backfield. Hansen was able to pull it, and get upfield for about a 5-yard gain.
Adding to his always increasing rushing total.
That's right, we've seen less of the designated Hansen plays this game than we have in the past. Mustangs have tried to utilize their other weapons. So it'll be a handoff. Vermoss again. He'll get swallowed, but he'll get enough for the looks like what the first down. No, he'll be stopped short. So it'll be 3rd and 1.
Leading the Mustangs in receiving is Pierce Newberry. 10 receptions on the year, 230 yards to boast, about 57 per game, and 2 touchdowns. Definitely standing playmaker.
So the Mustangs still in that 2 fullback and the I-back formation.
3rd and short. Hansen.
Vermoss again, and he'll make a cut and get enough for the first down, but not much more. So the Mustangs will move the chains and get a little bit of breathing room.
Gives us a Union Pizzeria first down. Great start to this drive. Last drive, similar field position, pinned back deep, able to collect a first down this time around.
And this is the way the Mustang offense likes to play the game, getting chunk yardage plays every single down, 5, 6 yards, and really just driving down the field, taking time off the clock.
Give it back to...
That was number 30, CT Thielen, as he'll go for about 5. And the Mustangs continue to drive.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
On comes Davis and Thomas for the Mustangs. Off comes Newberry. One-on-one coverage at the bottom of your screen for Luke Davis. It's going to be a handoff up the middle.
That'll be Thielen. He'll get spun around for a gain of about 2 or 3. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 5, or 3rd and 4. So manageable for the Mustangs here.
Thomas comes back off for Gunther.
You'll see the Mustangs use this huddle system. They're running a wide receiver on and off every single play to bring in a play to the huddle. One of the few teams in the metro area who still uses a huddle after every single play. A lot of teams have gone to plays on the wristband and singling in by a coach.
Flags do fly, so we won't get a pitch from Hansen. Mustangs will be moving back.
It'll be a false start, so now the Mustangs will have 3rd and much harder 3rd and 9. So we'll see if they change up their play selection here. It looks like that was a pitch to the long side of the field. Give the Mustangs space to run. So we'll see what they do here. Haven't seen a pass yet this drive, as number 24, Pierce Newberry, will come onto the field. We know he's Evan Hansen's favorite target. So Newberry is alone, one-on-one coverage, bottom of your screen. And it will be a pass. Hansen will throw it up.
Watch the wind take it away.
So it'll be just long of Newberry. Hansen caught the ball and immediately threw that, as he just expected Newberry to be at his position. And it was. The pass was good if the wind hadn't taken it away.
Punt team comes on.
So the Mustangs, after that good first down, will punt. See if they can flip the field position here on the Wildcats.
Dre Thomas on the punt. He's had a few good ones tonight. Another line driver. He's going to shed 1 tackle. That's Jackson Williams. You know the speed he has. Just Dre Thomas to beat. He is going to beat him, get him down about to the 10-yard line.
Number 21, Dylan Reinhardt, almost had him down right where he caught the ball at his own 45-yard line, but unable to finish the tackle. Williams goes up the sideline.
That's what you get when you have playmakers like Jackson Williams on the other side. You miss 1 tackle, he's gonna make the opposing side pay.
I want to take this second to give a shout out to one of our sponsors. We'd like to thank Union Pizzeria for supporting Millard North activities and athletics. Please be sure to visit Union Pizzeria at 3636 North, 156th Street next time you're out in Mustang Country. Thank you for your long support of Millard North. So the Mustangs defense will be back on the field. We've seen them be very stout against Millard West so far this game, only giving up one big play. And that big play is essentially the only offense Millard West has had all game.
Gotta hold them to 3. Keep this lead into halftime. Definitely the goal here for the Mustangs. They've done so well. They started off the game very well, going up 10-0, but letting the Wildcats creep back into this one.
Yeah, and remember the Wildcats do get the ball at half, so Mustangs want to conserve this lead going into halftime and stop them. As here's Anderson, the 2 running backs in the backfield. Motions across, but flags will fly. It'll be a false start on the Wildcats. They'll go back 5. So it'll be 1st and goal from their own 14-yard line. As in the same formation, Anderson taking the shotgun. He'll pitch it to the right.
That's number 21, Jake Blackman.
That's swallowed up for a gain of about 2. The Mustangs defense does a good job of gang tackling him and forcing him down, not letting him get outside. Lead blocker on the play was number 7, Brody Peterson, who wasn't able to secure a hole. So great work by the Mustangs defense there to blow up that play.
Gotta hope for some rigid defense from the Mustangs. Anderson alone in the backfield. He is going to drop back. He's going to fire to the right side just through his arms. Great coverage out there by Hogan Marshall.
Yeah, it's number 7, Jaden Hogan Marshall. He's been the Mustangs' top corner all season. So we saw him when the Mustangs played West Side. Hogan Marshall able to lock down their top receivers. So he's been fantastic on the defensive end for the Millard North team. And as we were saying before, Anderson, he dropped back, took that pass, and didn't look anywhere but Williams. So the Mustangs know who their lead target is.
Again, alone in the backfield. 3rd down, pressure coming. He's going to step up. He's got 1 man to beat. He beats him. He fumbles in the end zone. It's going to be touchdown, Millard West.
Anderson was diving for the pylon, and the Mustangs knocked the ball out of his hands, but it was recovered in the end zone. Excuse me, it looked like his dive got across the pylon, so it was a touchdown before the ball came out.
On for the PAT is Sean Murphy.
So the Mustangs
missed his first one. Snap is low and it's blocked.
So the Mustangs will block that PAT.
For 2 on extra points is Sean Murphy.
So Sean Murphy, great punter, bad kicker. So the Mustangs have been lucky enough to keep it close here. So 10-12, only down by 2. With 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first half. You need an offensive drive here. Haven't had much on the O since the start of the 2nd quarter. So you want to score here and make sure you're up going into halftime.
Definitely a great opportunity here for the Mustangs to snatch the lead right back. They've got an opportunity to avoid Sean Murphy's punts and set up with decent field position, try and stretch the field. They've got 3.5 minutes left in the half with all 3 timeouts. Whole playbook, gotta assume, is open for Hansen and the Mustangs.
Mustangs have tried to pass this game and just haven't quite been able to, with the first one, Evan Hansen getting swallowed up by the rush, and the second one kind of getting taken by the wind and being a little inaccurate.
Murphy on to kick it away for the Millard West Wildcats.
The Mustangs will be driving with the wind, so that kind of helps them in the passing game a little bit, throwing deep.
Kick will come to...
Des DeHaans will take it. And he'll sprint up to about the 28-yard line. So the Mustangs will start with decent field position as they look to score here with 3:25 left in the first half.
On comes Hansen and company. They break the huddle. Hansen under center.
Mustangs have 2 slots to the left. So hand it off.
He's gonna break a big run down the sideline. That's
number 30, CT Thielen.
Exactly what the Mustangs needed there.
Great energy play by the Mustangs. They had the 2 slots to the left, so the Wildcats thought the play was going there. That was the strong side, and the Mustangs just ran it to the opposite side of the field. Offensive line did a fantastic job creating a hole, and Thielen took it and ran.
Yeah, Thielen filling in for Bogats this game. He's had a few big runs. That one definitely sets up the Mustangs. Positive territory. Got time left on the clock. All 3 timeouts. Great position. Mustangs just need to finish this drive off.
That's right.
Capitalize on those big plays.
Great way to start it. As here is a Hansen keeper, and he'll pitch to Vermas behind him, who will go for another 2 or 3 yards.
Something Hansen has done well. Those pitch decision making.
That's right. He's been really good at making those read plays, whether it's on the pitch or the handoff in the backfield. We saw him on an earlier drive. His fullback just got blown up in the backfield, but Hansen had the know-how to pull it and able to go for a gain.
Yeah, he's got that decision making that's turned negative plays into positive plays.
This triple option offense the Mustangs like to run can only be run effectively if your quarterback's a smart kid, and Hansen has shown that he is. So that'll be a Vermas carry. He'll go for about 4. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Gotta think it's still a little long to attempt the field goal.
Definitely long to attempt the field goal, but it is 100% 4-down territory. Mustangs need a score here as the clock continues to roll. 2:45 left in the game.
Gotta expect the coaches trust Hansen to go make a play.
That's right, especially with only 2 yards to gain. Mustangs back in that 2 slot to the left.
2 plays, 2 yards.
They'll motion Vermas. There'll be a handoff to Thielen.
They're gonna get what they need. Continue to burn the clock down. Under 2 minutes 30 in the half.
Thielen was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but able to make a second effort and roll off the tackle to fall forward for a gain of about 3. So he'll get the Mustangs the first down they needed. And Hansen has really been crucial to this drive for the Mustangs.
Thomas at the bottom of the screen. He's going to go to throw. He's going to find his target, Mooberry. Into the red zone go the Mustangs, just about 11 yards from taking the lead right back.
That was a great play action by the Mustangs.
Great pocket protection from the line. Gave him time to sit back and find Mooberry wide open across the field.
That's what we talked about at the start of the game. The Mustangs need to establish the run so that Millard West respects it. And there they've been running all this entire drive, and then they just step back and hit Mooberry wide open to the outside.
Both run and pass available now in the red zone. 1:45 and running. Flags fly.
Looks like it'll be on the offense, a false start penalty. So it will be, and the Mustangs will go back 5. So they'll have 1st and 15 from their own 16-yard line. A first down still available for them to get at the 1-yard line.
Clock is stopped at 1:42 seconds. Luke Davis runs onto the field for the Mustangs. Got 2 wide receivers. He is going to look to pass. He's going to fire just too high, and the interception is dropped.
It was intended for number 1, Luke Davis, who was on the slant across the middle. Davis was open, but he kind of tripped at the line of scrimmage when the ball was first snapped, so he wasn't able to get out to where Hansen wanted him to be.
Yeah.
Hansen tried to force the throw over the middle linebacker and barely into the hands of the cornerback.
Definitely catch a break.
So here's the motion by Vermas. It'll be a pitch to the outside as he'll try to break free, but he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up 3rd and 15. The Mustangs unable to get anything out of those 2 plays.
Number 9, Keegan Mountain on tackle for the Wildcats. It's 3rd and long. Gotta be thinking pass for the Mustangs. I think they'll be more than happy to just run down the clock and take 3 points, take the lead into halftime.
I would agree, but you're unsure about how confident they are in their kicker. You know, Michaud made the field goal from about the 5-yard line, but can he make it from the 15-yard line? So it'll be a throw.
Play action just off the hands.
Looked like pass interference.
Appeals for a call, but none will come.
That was number 19, Mason Gunthenmeyer. He was in the end zone, but just got killed. Had no chance to even make the play.
On comes Michaud to
really want the flag to fly there, but Mustangs won't get the break. So Michaud will be on to attempt the extra point from the 15-yard line. So it'll be about a 30-yard kick. And the Wildcats will take a timeout.
29 remaining in the half.
Icing the kicker for the half. 29 seconds, so this might essentially end the first half of play.
Don't discount Millard West's ability to explode. We saw it earlier this half with Jackson Williams. Large touchdown catch. Definitely have the ability to do it.
That's right, we know they can score quickly. But this Mustangs defense has been very effective against them, only giving up a few big plays. So they'll trot back on after that timeout, as Michaud will be on to attempt the kick.
From the left hash, Michaud lining up his kick, taking his steps.
Wind is at his back, so it'll be with the ball. Good snap, hold is good, and the kick is up.
It's good.
It'll be good. So Michaud 2 for 2 on field goals this game, and with 25 seconds left, the Mustangs take the 13-12 lead.
We're definitely looking for the touchdown there, but the lead belongs to the Millard North Mustangs.
That's right. You want a touchdown every drive, but if you'll take the field goal, go into halftime up by 1, although it's not a massive lead, it'll give you enough breathing room to come back and be able to finish the game out second half.
Wildcats will receive in the second half. So stopping any sort of score attempt with the 25 seconds they have is crucial.
That's right, Mustangs has to be back deep. They can't allow Williams to get behind them or run past them, as we saw on that slant.
On to kick is Michaud. 13-12, Mustangs lead in this Millard rivalry.
So Michaud's kick will go back to the 5-yard line where it's caught, and they'll run it out, try to return it. He's got a huge hole, and Michaud himself will be there to try to take him down.
Out of tackles.
So he'll make it all the way up to their own 45-yard line. So the Wildcats will start with great field position, as they'll attempt to score with 17 seconds left. Wildcats have 2 timeouts.
That was number 4, Brady Brow.
Wildcats have 2 timeouts, so they can control the clock as they drive down here. You got to think they have 3, maybe 4 plays if they do it effectively.
Definitely time management going to be the key here.
So all receivers to the right. Anderson in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Williams across. It'll be a jet sweep.
He's going to run
and
up
then
the
a
middle.
carry.
He gets a great block. Just what they wanted to avoid. Touchdown, Millard West.
That's number 7, the backup quarterback who was in there running an almost Wildcat. And the Mustangs were too worried about Williams coming across in that jet sweep to worry about the quarterback. And he just had a wide open hole in the middle. Hogan Marshall unable to chase him down.
Got some good blocks.
So the Wildcats will score and take the lead 18-13 as they come on to attempt the extra point.
All those missed extra points prevent this game from being more than a one-score game going into halftime.
So Wildcats will take a timeout before attempting the extra point.
Could see them going for 2, trying to make up the lost ground by Sean Murphy's blunders.
So exactly what the Mustangs wanted to avoid, they gave up. A big touchdown with minimal time left in the first half. And the Mustangs defense has been really good in the drives, not allowing the Wildcats to string together plays, but they've given up big plays. We saw it on that Williams slant touchdown and then on that big quarterback run. So it looks like they will go for 2. Backup quarterback number 7, Brody Peterson, is in the Wildcat again. And he'll throw.
Pressure, just gets it off. Will get across the goal line, makes it 20-13 heading into half.
That was number 5, Corey Kozad, who was just wide open in the flats. And Peterson hit him, and he got in there for the 2.
It's a shame. A defensive collapse by Millard North.
So the Mustangs will give up big points. And with 6 seconds left, it looks like they'll go into half down by 7. And the Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half as well.
Definitely need to solidify this defense if they want a chance to hold the Wildcats right when they come out of the break. Back to receive the kick is Caden Vermas.
Vermas, not usually someone we see on kick return, so Mustangs might be hoping to spring something here. We'll see.
Vermas has been their big play guy on offense and defense all year. On to kick it away is Sean Murphy, number 6. Timeout will be called.
So the Mustangs have their timeouts and they will utilize them. So they'll use all 3 in this last minute of play. So Wildcats will talk things over before they kick it off. With 6 seconds left, there's not much the Mustangs can do. You know, if you let it go into the end zone, you have 1 play maybe, but it's not worth much. And if you receive it, the clock is almost guaranteed to run out before you go down. So we'll see what the coaches elect to do.
Millard North, unlike Millard West, don't really have that first play magic touch. They need to build up their drives, establish the run game. So gotta think if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna come on the kickoff.
It's gotta. That's why you got your playmaker in the back, Caden Vermas. The ball
going to fall to Vermas.
We go to number 3, Des DeHaans. As he'll try to make something happen, but he'll get taken down at the 30. And that will end the first half. Your Millard North Mustangs battling here, down 7 to the visiting Millard West Wildcats as they'll go into the half down 20-13. As we invite you to enjoy our halftime entertainment by the award-winning Millard North dance teams and marching bands, and we will be back with second half action from Buell Stadium.
North end of the stadium for a video about the Millard North High School Hall of Fame class of 2022.
Good so far.
He lives from Illinois.
But you know what? That's great for sales.
He was so proud of all the classes that he taught and the students that he had.
That's what we love. We
and then
love
he was
when
the voice of the Mustangs. So for Millard North football, he would announce all the football games. If they lost, he wouldn't announce the score. He would just say, "Thanks for coming out." It was his little trick. It makes me happy to know that he's still remembered and people still love him as much as we love him.
I was pretty quiet kid, obviously very studious. I would not speak up very much in class unless I thought I had a really good point to say. I felt talented at Millard North and did want to do well in my classes, and I probably focused most of my energy on going an orthopedic surgeon, specializing in sports medicine. So I wound up taking care of a lot of football players and athletes like that. I'm extremely honored, and I just hope to represent Millard North well and continue to do so.
In high school, I participated when I was in art class. All my friends and I would gather at my parents' house. They were very supportive of skateboarding. And I started touring for skateboarding for 7 years. I got endorsed by some of the best brands in the world. I was featured in magazines. Back in high school, I used to hide penguins in my artwork just for fun. And when I started touring, I had stickers made of these penguins and we threw them out to the crowds. We've been in business now for 22 years. The people that showed me that kindness that I'm doing in high school made it huge, and that kindness made everyone help everyone experience kindness. Thank you for your time.
Patrick was a very mature young man. Pat, I think at a young age when he was a kid, you play the game for your teammates. And that's the way he went about his business. He's always a giving guy. He played well enough that to get a Division I scholarship at times when they were under 80, it was tough to get. And so he was obviously good in the classroom, just all around student athlete. He was so consistent and a guy that we needed to kind we're very fortunate to be able to coach.
One of the most important things I've done in my life was to take part in competitive speech. Terry Peterson was the director of the Science program, and all of those things I have used in my life as a journalist. So fortunate to have from my time at Millard North is the incredible teachers, the incredible friends, and the wonderful experiences for my family.
That is the Millard North High School Hall of Fame class of 2022, starting with Anna Bonney. Anna was a graduate of Millard North High School in 1993 and a NSAA state champion in forensics. She's worked as a reporter for the New York Times, Washington Post, and Forbes, and is a financial and real estate reporter for CNN. Congratulations, Anna. He's a graduate of Millard North High School in 1998. Wes is currently the team physician for Millard North High School and is an orthopedic surgeon at MD West One Orthopedics. Andy Fiddler is being inducted posthumously. Andy was a talented teacher who impacted generations of students to civic engagement with his thought-provoking and challenging lessons. Andy pioneered our international baccalaureate program and is represented tonight by his daughters Tanya and Nina. Dave Nelson graduated from Millard North High School in 1997, and he is a thoughtful and passionate community activist. Dave has been a professional skateboarder who toured America for 7 years. He's also a designer and marketer for professional skateboarders. Thank you, Dave.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this second half of action between your Millard North Mustangs and the visiting Millard West Wildcats. Mustangs have been playing really tough this game. First quarter was all theirs, going up 10-0 and playing fantastic on defense, holding the Wildcats to nothing. But they gave up a few big plays in the second quarter, most notable of which was that 25 seconds left in the second quarter, giving up a big run to back up running back in the Wildcat and letting the Wildcats take the lead here at the start of the second half. So Millard West will get the kick to start the second half, and they will go on offense to try to extend this lead that they've built up. And this Mustangs D coming out of the locker room, they have to be much tougher at stopping those big run plays. Can't allow Millard West to get anything by you.
Both sides have to make the big plays. Crucial, very influential game in the district. Both teams need a win here.
That's right, both teams 2-3.
Peterson will come into the game full time. He is going to keep it and get swallowed up at the line.
Number 7, Brody Peterson, is not the quarterback that the Wildcats started this game with. Starter was number 16, Will Anderson, and we saw him play very effectively with some of those big throws, especially to their big receiver, number 28, Jackson Williams, who had that big slant touchdown in the second quarter. But now Brock Peterson is in. Better runner. Brody Peterson. Peterson, the better runner of the two, as we've seen a lot of quarterback option, just like right there. Still be stopped by Charlie Quaintance for a gain about 5. So Peterson is making the Mustangs defense respect the run game a little bit more. They can't just write off the quarterback as a stationary target. They're going to have to keep a guy on him and contain him a little bit better.
Exactly what the Mustangs are trying to do on offense on their side of the ball. Both teams fighting for ground in the run game, ultimately to open up the pass game.
That's right. 3rd and 4 here. The Mustangs look to force a 3 and out. It'll be a Peterson keeper.
Dodges one, escapes another one.
Looks like he'll be off to the races. This will avoid Hogan Marshall, and they'll finally get taken down. It looks the 1 yard line. So Peterson able to break a big play, and the Wildcats will have the ball down at the 1 yard line, and looks like they're going to score here again. So as Peterson was breaking through the line of scrimmage there, safety Charlie Quaintance was coming up to make the stop, but Peterson just put a little bit of a shimmy on, made a miss, and then he was off to the races.
They will set up on the goal line.
Peterson alone in the backfield. He'll take it, toss it, and the Mustangs will be all over him there. Not sure who he tossed it to, but it looked like one of those jet sweep plays that they like to run. It's number 5, Corey Kozad, that he tossed it to. We've seen him use that jet sweep to get their guys open, motioning Jackson Williams across, making the Mustang defense shift to him, and then keep it yourself. Just kind of keeping the Mustangs defense guessing as to where they're going to go with the ball.
Peterson returns just him. He
This
is
time
going
it will
to pitch
be
it to Williams. No one's going to touch him.
Williams will get the corner and get in for 6. So the Wildcats will score quick. Barely 2 minutes off the clock. 9:51 left in the third quarter, and they'll get in for the touchdown. So the Mustangs unable to stop them on that first drive.
It's now 26-3 since the first quarter. All points going the Wildcat way. On to attempt the extra point is Sean Murphy. He's missed 2 so far.
This one will be up.
And through the uprights.
That one will be good. So Murphy will finally make one of his extra points. And it's rather ironic. We talked at the beginning of the game about how this Mustangs offense was more effective in the later quarters than it was in the opening quarter, you know, because they wanted to get their offense going, kind of get into the groove of things, set a tempo. But in this game, it's been the opposite. They were super effective in the first quarter, and now it seems that the Wildcats defense has kind of figured them out a little bit. So the Wildcats with a quick 7, and we'll be back where we started here. The Mustangs getting the kickoff. So Murphy will kick off for the Wildcats. Vermas will take it for the Mustangs. He'll spin out of a tackle but get knocked down at the 20-yard line. So it'll go right where he would have had if he had let it go into the end zone. And that's a change we saw from the beginning of the game. Vermas has really been the Mustangs' entire offense between he and C.T. Thielen. That's all the Mustangs have been able to do running-wise. So Vermas now on the kickoff to try to give this Mustang special teams a spark. And he'll be in the game right now. Vermas, the I-back in that 2 fullback in the I-back formation. As they'll hand it off to him, he's got those 2 fullback lead blockers, and he'll go for about 4. That's a new formation that we've seen this game. The Mustangs have not run that in the past, where they have the quarterback under center, 2 fullbacks offset, and then the running back right behind the quarterback. So they use those 2 fullbacks as the lead blockers into the hole, and then the fullback falls behind. It's been pretty effective, especially with Vermas in the backfield running the ball. So here's the motion. Pitch to Vermas. As he'll get the outside. Try to bounce it free, but will be taken down by number 9, Keegan Mountain, as he tried to get the outside. So it'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs. And Vermas will go for a loss.
I think now is when you think about digging into your bag of tricks if you're the Mustangs. You need something on offense to spark a little bit of life. Because right now, Wildcat defense has the Mustang offense completely stale.
So it'll be a pass. Hansen looking for Vermas, who has it. Be a great play, gain of about 25.
Great play call, great execution.
Vermas came out of that slot starting position right there off the tackle, and he just kind of bubbled out and then took off, beating his defender, and Hansen hit him perfectly over the shoulder.
Yeah, great blocking by the O-line gives him time for the route to organize and time for him to find his receiver. Great play call on. They really needed that. That was the big play that they've been striving for. Now they're just past the 50.
That's right. Put some energy into this Mustangs offense as they'll look to pass again.
Too high, and it's picked off. Mountain on the interception.
He was looking for number 1, Luke Davis, but just kind of tossed it a little bit high and right into the waiting arms of that cornerback. So the looks of a great drive erased by a Hansen interception. So the Mustangs defense would come out on the field. One thing we've neglected to talk about this game is the dominance of the Mustang offensive and defensive lines. On offense, the Mustangs O-line has kind of had their way with the Wildcats defense. You know, every single time Mustangs offense have been running the ball, it's been second level that they've been killed, or the linebackers coming in. But getting off the ball, this Mustangs offense, led by seniors Max Hogan and Chris Frazier, has been dominant in getting that first push. So it's a triple option there. Stopped by the Mustangs. Jackson Williams was coming across the field for the jet sweep. And Brody Peterson just kind of read it, but read it incorrectly as Rocky Chavez was in there for the tackle. A flag comes out late as it looks like it's going to be a unsportsmanlike. It'll go against the Mustangs. Looks like it's number 9, Caleb Kahar.
I mean, we talked about before the game really capitalizing on those drives for the Mustangs, and that interception is the complete opposite of what they've been trying to do all game. Real momentum shifter. This drive, Wildcats can pretty much put it away, make it a 3-score game.
Right, 8:01 left in this third quarter, but it feels like all the energy has left this Mustangs team. We felt the spark on that big pass play to Vermas, but now it's like it's been deflated again.
Mustangs need to show a little bit of resilience. Flags fly, plays called off.
False start on the Wildcats. They'll go back 5. So Mustangs get a little bit of a break. So 1st and 15. Mustangs make some D-line adjustments. Peterson in at quarterback. Williams jet sweep. It'll be a triple option handoff to the running back, and he'll get nothing stopped by the Mustangs. So this Mustangs defense has been really good at stopping this new triple option offense we're seeing from the Wildcats. New look quarterback Brody Peterson in the game. More of a runner than his counterpart Will Anderson.
Yeah, that introduction of Brody Peterson has definitely opened up a whole nother chapter of the playbook. He is going to keep it this
and
time.
He'll get stopped again for a gain of 2. Mustangs really good at defending this style of offense as it's their own offense. You know, it's the offense they practice against every day, all summer and into the fall. So they get pretty good at keying in to the quarterback's movements.
Yeah, before Millard West had no QB running, the Anderson more of a pocket passer quarterback, but the introduction of Peterson devastated the Mustang defense with those massive runs.
So here it is, 3rd and 15. Anderson in the backfield. He'll keep it.
Again,
he'll have a big hole, but be brought down after a gain of about 4.
Mooberry on the tackle.
So good work by the Mustangs defense, able to hold out. As it'll be 4th and 12. And the Wildcats will punt, as here comes the punt team. They were a little indecisive at first, not sure what they wanted to do. But ultimately, they will elect to boot it away.
In 4th and 12.
So Vermas back deep to receive. Again, he's in there in that kick returner spot, trying to break something for the Mustangs.
Mustangs need some life.
Sean Murphy will boot it. Line drive, bounces at the 10, and stops there. So the Mustangs will have the ball from their own 10-yard line. So pinned back deep.
And that's been,
but I can sense a big drive incoming here from the Mustangs.
It's been the story of the offense for the Mustangs. They've been getting pinned deep by one of the better punters in the state, Sean Murphy. Again, starting within their own 10. Coaches will take a second to chat with their teams. Next week, Millard North goes away to Omaha Bryan. This is an inter-district matchup, very important, setting up the playoff race that will be forming in the next few weeks. And next week, next Friday, Millard West will host Lincoln Southeast at Buell Stadium.
Just a quick update from across the state. Number 1, Westside currently down 14-7 to North Platte. So North Platte beating the current #1 team in the state right now. We'll see how that game ends up after half, but that's something to keep an eye on. The Mustangs definitely exposed that West Side team, played incredible against them, able to stop their passing offense and just barely got beat at the last second.
North Platte currently under Millard West in the standings in Class A, record of 2-3, same as the Mustangs.
So North Platte in the same boat as Millard North.
Ranked 1 below Millard North in the power rankings.
So it'll be a Vermont carry. He'll be swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Can't get much there. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Mustangs need to get something here on offense. We saw a few pass plays last drive that ended up well for them, so we'll see if they go that route this time.
Just gotta trust Hansen not to turn the ball over. They were able to get the ball back after the last pick, prevent Millard West from scoring.
That 2 fullback in the I-back formation now. As it'll be a pitch to Vermont, and he's got a huge hole, and he'll bust it for a big gain of 15. And the Mustangs get a little bit of breathing room now out to their own 25-yard line. So that's what they needed to kind of set the rest of the drive here. You got a little bit of momentum going your way.
That shows how lethal Sean Murphy has been for Millard West.
Every Mustang drive has started from their 10 or worse, because they have to drive the full length of the field to even get in a position to score. As here's Thielen, who will have the carry, and he'll get about 5.
Just 4 minutes and 15 seconds and ticking on the clock in this third quarter. On comes Gunther and Davis. Off comes Newberry. Davis at the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a pitch. Swallowed up around the line of scrimmage for Caden Vermas. Brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Mustang offense. Crucial down here. Got to think it's all 4 downs. Down 2 scores in a rivalry game.
Yeah, that's right.
Got to do anything to get back in the game.
You want to see what your offense can do here. 3rd and 5. Maybe get a gain of about 3 or 4, and then go for it on 4th and 1. Got to make some move here with 3:17 left and the clock ticking. Hansen will roll right. He's got Thielen wide open, but throws it a bit behind him. So the Mustangs unable to convert that 3rd down, and it'll bring up 4th and 5, and the punt team will come out. It's an uncharacteristic Hansen miss. We've seen him roll out in those passes before, and he's been pretty effective. We saw it in that Westside game throwing to Colin Bogats. Bogats out into the flat just as Thielen did there, and Hansen hit him a couple of times in that game. So a great punt there by the Mustangs. Be fielded about the 35.
He's going to get a few blockers. There goes Williams. He is deadly.
Number 28.
Don't blink, and if you do, he'll score.
That's Jackson Williams. So he'll have his 3rd touchdown of the day. So the Mustangs will go down 20 as their special teams continues to hurt them this game. So Sean Murphy on to attempt the extra point to make it a 3-score game.
What is this formation? Now they'll shift into a normal formation.
Here's the Murphy kick. It's blocked.
Stays a 20-point gap between the two teams. 2:50 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Since the start of the 2nd quarter, it's been a 33-3 run from the Millard West Wildcats.
That's right, Millard North offense almost unable to do anything. We've seen a couple plays start to string together for drives, but every time the Mustangs kind of can't keep it going or throw an interception. They can't get the momentum going their way. We've seen this Mustang team have streaks of success all season, but they just can't put it together for one full game. They can't have 4 quarters of greatness yet, but they're definitely showing incredible football talent. So immediate timeout on the field, as the Mustangs will get the ball back with 2:50 left in this third quarter. As we said, it's been all Wildcats since the end of the first. Vermoss back deep to receive. So Sean Murphy kick. It'll be caught by number 1, Luke Davis, as he'll try to make something happen. Get tackled from behind, but he gets out to the 35-yard line, and a late flag comes in. Looks like it might be a block in the back on the Mustangs. So now that Vermoss is back deep to receive, Sean Murphy purposely kicking it to those 2 upper receivers, Luke Davis and Des DeHaans, trying to keep it out of Vermoss's hands. Millard West knows what an elite playmaker he is.
Big game going on in Lincoln. Both Lincoln schools in the district, with Millard West and Millard North facing off. Currently 7-0 at halftime. Lincoln Southeast has the lead. This win would take them to 2-0 in the district, give them a rivalry win that would take them equal to Southwest. Hansen swallowed up, flags flying. Flag looks like it will be on the Mustangs.
It's an illegal shift on the Mustangs. They'll go back again. It's that great return by Luke Davis, first erased by that block in the back penalty, and now this illegal shift sends the Mustangs back another 5.
Here come the Mustangs. Hansen still under center.
2 slots to the left.
It's going to be a screen. Not much there for Vermoss. Gain of a few.
Good block out in front of it by number 45, TJ Johnson, getting into the game. This Mustangs trying to make something happen. Vermoss got a gain of 1 on that play. That 2 fullback formation again.
2:21 left in the third quarter. Hansen will hand it off to Vermoss, who had a hole but kind of ran like a bull into the Millard West arms.
Unable to find anything, so it'll bring up 3rd and 8. 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Clock running.
On come Newberry and Davis.
Newberry and Davis, Mustangs' 2 leading receivers. So you got to be thinking pass here. 3rd and 9. This is a crucial drive for the Mustangs. If you want to come back, you kind of got to score here. Make something happen.
2 wideouts on either side. A little bit of confusion from the Millard West defense. He's going to fake the handoff. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to throw
Luke
off
Davis.
the hands.
It hits him in the hands with space, but it looked like it was a touch behind him, so he was kind of catching his back shoulder. Wasn't able to bring it in, and the Mustangs miss another golden opportunity.
Story of the game about summed up by that play. Mustangs have been close, but they missed another opportunity to get a big play and get back into the game.
Got a feel for Luke Davis there. That was a big play, and he just couldn't bring the ball in.
High but short kick. Here's Williams. He's dangerous. Have they not learned their lesson?
Shoestring tackle.
Saves a touchdown.
It's number 15, Leo White. As we were saying, Luke Davis, 9 times out of 10, he makes that catch, but just
hasn't been the Mustangs' night tonight.
1 in a million chance. Hits his hands wrong. So the Mustang defense will come out on the field again. Williams sets up great field position for the Wildcats as they'll be at the Mustangs' 36-yard line to start this drive.
Peterson alone in the backfield. It's going to be a designed QB draw.
He'll keep it. He'll get to the outside. Finally taken down by Mooberry after a 10-yard gain. Gain of 8, so it'll bring up 2nd and 2.
.55 seconds and ticking.
Mustangs down by 20. Wildcats driving. Peterson in at quarterback. He'll get set. And the Mustangs will jump off sides.
Number 9,
Caleb Kahar. Kahar just anticipated the snap. Misjudged it. This will be 5 yards. And a first down for the Wildcats.
I will give them the first down. Looking to add to their lead is Peterson and Millard West. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. It's counting. Looks like Peterson wants to run the clock out on this third quarter. Showing no urgency. Play clock. It's larger than the actual clock, and they will run it down. That's the end of the third quarter. 33-13. Wildcats lead your Millard North Mustangs. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter about to get underway. Wildcats lead the Mustangs 33-13 and look on course to secure inner city bragging rights.
That's right. In other Mustang athletics news, today your Millard North cross country teams competed at the Millard West Invite here in Omaha, Walnut Grove. Your cross country girls team won the meet with top finisher Molly Caruso finishing 5th place. Mustangs had 4 runners finish in the top 15 and came home with the victory. For your boys, varsity runner Zach Schultz won the meet with a time of 15:59, beating the next closest runner by 11 seconds. So fantastic work by your cross-country teams there. Zach Schultz closing in on the school record
Here comes
in the 5,000 meters.
He is going to hand it off inside.
So we'll jump back into this football game as Millard West will be driving at the start of this 4th quarter. They're at the Mustang 20-yard line after that run.
That's Peyton Strong with the 3-yard gain. With this win, Millard West will go atop District 6, followed by whichever Lincoln team comes out victorious. Another designed QB draw. Gonna slip up, gain about 4 on that play for Peterson.
Gain of 3, 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4 for the Millard West Wildcats. They're in the red zone. Haven't seen the red zone much today. Most of their scoring plays have come from outside the 20-yard line.
That's right.
A rather methodical drive by Millard West standards. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to just take it. Be 4th down.
So we're up 4th and 2. Off that Peterson keeper. And the Wildcat offense will stay on the field.
4th and 4.
So bring up 4th and 4. The Wildcats will try to convert. Best thing the Mustangs can do now is stop them, get the ball back, and try to score quickly. They're going to need a few lucky breaks, but see if we can do. Peterson alone, clock ticking down, 2 seconds left now. And Millard West will call a timeout to avoid the delayed game penalty. Looks like there was confusion on that play. So it'll be a Millard West timeout. In further Mustang sport news, their girls golf team was crowned Metro champions with 1st place finisher Isabel Poseca winning the Metro tournament outright. That Mustangs girls golf team is a favorite to win the state championship in Lincoln later in October. So congratulations to the girls golfers.
We would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Chick-fil-A and Legacy Village, for supporting Millard North activities and athletics. Please be sure to visit Chick-fil-A at Legacy Village whenever you're in Mustang country. Millard North defense comes back onto the field. Always looked to be a rebuilding year, this one, for the Mustangs, but there have been signs of glimpses, but just not able to put it all together. Hopefully the development of their key pieces who return next year could lead the Mustangs to a very successful season on the horizon. Here comes the Millard West offense. They will go for it. Showing exactly what they plan to do. Peterson all alone, no wideouts. He is going to run it.
He'll keep it.
Almost able to escape.
Defense will be all over him.
Pretty telegraphed play design there.
That's right. Number 7, Brody Peterson has been running all over this Mustang defense like he's playing flag football at St. Wenceslas. It's been pretty dominant ever since he came into the game for number 16, Will Anderson. Wildcats have been unstoppable. We mentioned that 33-3 run since the end of the first quarter. Mustangs offense have been
stagnant.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's Hansen. He gets his team to the line rather quickly. He's got Davis out left. He is going to roll out, escape, 1 tackle. He can run or throw. Knocked down.
Elects to toss it.
22 with the pass breakup. That's John Ferguson.
Wasn't intended for Mooberry. Looks like there's a flag on the field. It's by the offensive line. Looks like it might be a hold on the Mustangs.
Off comes Mooberry.
So it'll be an illegal man downfield on the Mustangs. And they'll go back.
9:43 left in this fourth quarter.
Penalties declined.
They will take the incompletion instead.
Excuse me, there were 2 penalties on the play. One was an illegal man downfield on the Mustangs, the other holding on the Mustangs. So the Wildcats elect to decline the illegal man downfield and accept the holding, so the Mustangs go back 10 instead of 5.
Wasn't even Sean Murphy this time.
And the Mustangs are already pinned back. So Mustangs now from their own 4-yard line, looking to make something happen here. Thielen in the game at fullback.
Got
2 wideouts and 2 slots.
Thomas at the bottom, Davis at the top, motion in the backfield. He's gonna pitch it.
That's
trying
Vermoss.
to avoid a safety.
Vermoss will get the edge, and he'll get about 6 before running out of bounds.
1st and 26 was where they started. Brings it down to 2nd and 17. Still a long way to go. On comes Gunther, sorry.
Gundermeyer. Co-host Ian Clean throwing a fit over pronunciations.
There's
As a timeout will be taken.
There's no M in the name.
Timeout will be taken by the Mustangs with 9:37 left in this fourth quarter. Mustangs 2nd and 17 after that penalty. Down by 20. So we'll be right back.
On come the Mustangs again. 2nd and 17.
Mustangs looking to do something here. Evan Hansen under center.
Mooberry at the bottom. Davis at the top. He is going to throw. He's going to look for Mooberry. Mooberry. He got held.
Yep, that's right. And a flag will come out. Newberry unable to do anything. So the pass interference flag will be thrown.
That's one way to eliminate a 1st and 26. Got the pitch to Vermos to chip it to 17. And the pass interference call to go ahead and grab some extra yardage for the Mustangs.
So another football update across the state. North Platte leads Westside 21-17 with 19 seconds left in the game. Westside does have the ball now with 9 seconds left at their own 45 and a timeout. So we will update you when that game becomes final.
Hanson's going to go down the middle for Davis. Oh.
It'll be in his hands.
I mean, it was double coverage. Great play by Davis to just have a chance on it. Great ball by Evan Hansen. Both balls thrown to Davis have been good ones, just unable to wrap it in for the completion. Third down and 2. 9:26 remains for any Mustang rally. They're going to hand it off. It's going to be Thielen. He's going to make a move. He's going to get a first down at the 35-yard line.
He'll go for about 8. It's a good play there by Thielen. So a different game throughout the state. Gretna, Bellevue West.
Ooh.
Gretna down 30-14.
Ooh.
So Bellevue West making a statement there with that victory.
Looking imperious. Gretna came into this week on top of the Class A standings. Hansen is going to pass again. He's going to look down the middle, but Vermos not looking for the ball. Falls incomplete.
Vermos was running and he was open, but
wide.
Just couldn't quite get the communication. And now it becomes final. North Platte does top Westside. So Westside will fall. North Platte takes the victory.
2 5-0 teams fall this week. The 2 others are Elkhorn South and Kearney.
That's right.
Hansen has got a new set of downs. Take it himself. No, he's going to pitch it. Vermos. Oof. Great stop by number 8.
So Vermos will get 6.
Creighton Schramm. Still a good pickup, though. Going to be third down. Thought it was first. 8:30 and ticking. Hansen has Gunther at the bottom of the screen. And number 71 is going to jump for the Mustangs. Caleb Klein. More penalties getting in the way of Mustang progress.
So that'll be a false start on Millard North. CT Thielen slow to get up. Got hit.
Not a good sign.
So Thielen will come out. Thielen already was the backup running back, or backup fullback. So now Rocky Chavez will come into the game at fullback.
Newberry comes on. It's 3rd down and 7. They got some work to do to pick up a new set of downs with 8 and ticking. Newberry, 1-on-1 coverage at the bottom of your screen. Hansen, he's going to look for him.
Hansen scrambling.
He's going to try and evade. Nah, he's going to get sacked.
He'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Don't see why Mustangs shouldn't go for it here. Got nothing to lose. It's getting close to garbage time. Fourth down and 6. Last chance for the Mustangs on this drive. Motion is Ramos. Pressure
Hansen
behind him. He doesn't
getting
see
chased.
it. He's going to fire. It's going to get dropped by number 15, Leo White.
White had it in his hands, but just couldn't hold on.
More drops plague the Mustang offense. Davis with a few, and that time with Leo White.
So it'll be a turnover on downs with 7:10 left in the fourth quarter. Wildcats up by 20, and it looks like this game is all but over.
On trots, Brody Peterson to go to work in positive territory. Going to try and add to this Wildcat lead. He's going to start in the shotgun. Motion behind him. He is going to hand it off for about gain of 5 or 6.
That was number 25, Peyton Strong on the carry.
Gain of 5, second and 5.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 now. Millard West draining the clock, letting their play clock run down. Has 6:40 and change left in the game. Another handoff, this time wide left, as he'll have room to run and get knocked out of bounds by Des DeHaans at the 9-yard line. That was 25, Peyton Strong again on the carry. So Millard West now within the Mustangs' 10-yard line, and it looks like they're in position to score once again. So here they come again, draining the clock. Well, the play clock is stopped after going out of bounds, so Millard West, 8 seconds left now.
Under 6:30 to play. Peterson, it's a designed run.
He'll keep it himself and get brought down.
Wildcats on the goal line brings a mass exodus of Miller North fans from the stadium with all hope lost. Whatever.
Now Peterson, standing at his own 10 in the shotgun. It'll be a handoff again.
Touchdown.
That's number 25, Peyton Strong, who will get in for the touchdown. Strong, the senior, obviously well loved by his classmates as the student section goes extra crazy for that one. So the Wildcats will add insult to injury and put it in. Now up 26 with the extra point to try to make it 27.
Puts it through the uprights.
It's good.
Flag is down in the end zone.
Most likely this flag will be applied to the kickoff. So as we predicted, that flag will not affect the PAT, but instead be applied on the kickoff. So the Wildcats will kick off from their own 30 instead of their own 40, I believe.
Vermoss back to receive. Will kick from positive territory.
So they'll kick from the Mustangs 45, as that play on the PAT was against the Mustangs. In other Mustang athletic news, your Millard North varsity tennis team wrapped up their dual season with a 5-4 win against Elkhorn South. So congrats to the Mustang tennis on a great dual season as they look for districts and state upcoming.
Murphy will send it. It'll be a low line driver for a touchback. Here comes Evan Hansen and the Mustangs.
So Mustangs starting from about where they started that last drive at their own 20-yard line. Barring any penalties, they'll stay at the 20 and not go back much.
Will be Hansen under center. Hand off to Thielen. Comes back into the game after limping off a few plays earlier.
That's good news. Thielen okay and is back in the game. That's always great to hear. When a young athlete goes off the field, they're always scared. But when they come back on and you know they're okay, it's a good feeling.
On comes Dre Thomas for Luke Davis. It will be 2nd down and 10 with about 5 minutes left to play. Gonna be a pitch. He's gonna cut it back for Moss. A spin move. Finally tripped up for a gain of about 6 or 7.
So it'll be 3rd and 2 as we fall under 4:30 left to play in the game.
Bottom of your screen is Mooberry. Top is Gunther. Handoff will go for a Chick-fil-A 1st down.
So the Mustangs will move the chains and get a little bit of movement on this drive.
Be Thielen. Again, limping is CJ Thielen. Looks like
CT Thielen.
CT. My apologies. One wide out.
2 fullback, 1 running back backfield. This will be a pass. This time it'll be caught by Luke Davis. Go for a gain of 12. So Luke Davis makes up for that earlier drop and catches this one. Moves the chains again for another Chick-fil-A 1st down.
Be sure to visit Chick-fil-A in Legacy Village whenever you're in Mustang country, as support for always supporting Mustang athletics. Mooberry will come off. Luke Davis up top, Dre Thomas at the bottom. Hansen under center. He is going to hand it off. Not much for CT Thielen. Will be 2nd and 10 with 3:10 and counting left in this football game. On comes
Number 90, that's Micho, the kicker.
And Mooberry comes on as well.
Haven't seen much out of Mooberry this game. He had 1 pass earlier in the first half, but most pass attempts have gone to either CT Thielen out of the backfield or Luke Davis on that slant route. Another player we haven't seen much of today, Evan Hansen. Against Westside, he had all those big runs and was really the catalyst of the Mustang offense, but today he's been rather quiet. So it'll be a pass.
Hit as he threw. Falls harmlessly incomplete.
Flag will fall, and it looks like it'll be roughing the passer as Thielen was obviously throwing the ball away and just got tackled for no reason. So will be unnecessary roughness. So clock is stopped at 2:33 left in the game. Seems like this one's over as the Mustangs are down 27.
Here is Hansen's first down and 10. Screen play to Vermoss, gonna get about 3. We'll stop the clock at 2:27.
Most of the Mustangs' offense today has come from Vermoss or CT Thielen. Vermoss had those big runs in the first half. Thielen, really the catalyst in the rest of it. Some big plays for the Mustangs, so trying to get them back in this game. Mustangs obviously have young talent, so they'll be a team to watch out for in the state in the next few years. But unfortunately, couldn't quite get the job done in this game.
2nd and 8 will be play action. He's going to go for Newberry down the sideline, batted up, and falls incomplete.
Huge collision between Newberry and that defender there. Newberry jumped up to get the ball, was hit in the air as the defender was trying to knock the ball away. So he gets up, trots off the field. As that incomplete meant the clock stop. It'll be 3rd and 8 with 2:21 left in the game.
Third down and 8, 2:21 left in this ball game. Hansen going to hand it off. Not much on that one. We'll bring up 4th down and 6. Mustang offense will stay on the field. On comes Dre Thomas.
So clock running now, under 2 minutes left to play in the game.
Let's go Mustangs.
Mustangs with a last-ditch effort now. 4th and 6, trying to get the first down. No use punting here at the opposing 31-yard line.
Thomas with one-on-one.
So it'll be a pass.
He's going to look for him, go deep. Ball is going to just sail
over the head. So Mustang defense will trot out as it's a turnover on downs, and it looks like the Wildcats will knee the ball out a couple times to end this one. Mustangs had a few great flashes. We saw some real sparks on the offense for some great players, but unable to capitalize off some opportunities. As the game comes to the close, let's take a look at our keys to the game and see how the Mustangs performed. On offense, Mustangs wanted to establish the run game, which they did a pretty good job of in the first quarter with Vermoss and CT Thielen, but as they got into the second half, the Wildcats defense had seemed to figure out how the Mustangs offense worked and was able to shut down that new 2 fullback formation and really stop Vermoss and Thielen. And then we never really saw Evan Hansen run too much, so Mustangs unable to establish that. Second key of the game, get playmakers in space. Mustangs did that pretty effectively with Caden Vermoss, but we didn't see it with much of the others. You know, we really wanted to see Newberry get the ball, Evan Hansen out in space, but none of those things happened, so Mustangs got to do better at that next game. And then taking advantage of opportunities. Mustangs had opportunities in the red zone with the ball at the 50-yard line to start their drives, and they just couldn't capitalize. They couldn't score when they needed to, and they couldn't score when they should have. So unable to take advantage of those opportunities. On defense, Mustangs' key was contain, contain, contain. They did a fantastic job of that in the first quarter when Will Anderson was the starting quarterback, less of a mobile threat. But when the backup, number 7, Brody Peterson, came into the game, he was more of a Wildcat runner, much like Evan Hansen is for the Mustangs. Defense was unable to contain him and the running backs, so Millard West was able to run all over the Mustang defense and put the game away. Mustangs also, one of the goals on defense was to force turnovers, which they did not at all. You know, they had the one punch-out fumble into the end zone for a touchdown. But other than that, nothing that went their way. So they got to be better at that next time. This is definitely a team that the Mustangs can play with. And they've shown in the past that they can play with teams better than this. You know, in that West Side game and then playing Creighton Prep, the Mustangs had some great flashes. But unfortunately, Mustangs unable to come out on top as Millard West will need the ball out to end the game. And as the clock ticks down, your Millard North Mustangs will fall to a record of 2-4 as they lose 40-13 in this inter-Millard matchup against Millard West. So we want to thank all of you for joining us. We'll be back from the stable next week when Millard North takes on, who do we play next week?
They take on Omaha Bryan at Bryan.
So Millard North takes on Omaha Bryan at Bryan next week.
Millard West will host Lincoln Southeast, who are currently winning their Lincoln rivalry game to go joint top of the district.
So we thank you for your support. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more Mustang action. For now, I'm Thomas Roth and Ian cleaning the booth, signing off. Have a good night.